In this video, guys, we shall be taking a look at the 2009 comedy film, The Hangover. So without further ado, let's get into today's review. Let's get into it. So I thought then that this movie, and still is, one of the greatest comedy movies of all time. And he's clearly up there with the likes of American Pies, the likes of Dumb and Dumbers, the likes of Police Academies, of this sort of world. It's hilarious and funny. It's completely different to most of those. Maybe American Pie is the closest one to that, but it's on a level which is only certain comedies can achieve, because certain ones don't get the impact, or you can't really relate to the characters as much, whereas this one you can really relate to the main characters, and you can feel like that if you know, like you've been drunk one night and you can't remember how you got to bed, those sorts of things, or you can't remember how you went into a hotel or something, or you apparently went to McDonald's in the middle of the night, you check your bank statements and stuff, and you can't remember how. And in Hangover, that is the true representation of that thing. And to me, it was always going to work. And I think the four guys that made it work were brilliant. I thought they had great chemistry with each other. The likes of Ed Helms, the likes of Bradley Cooper were amazing. Justin Bartha and Zach Galifianakis. I thought they were all brilliant in that sense. And no wonder why this movie was such a success in 2009 and still is now. And to me, they've never, even with the other sequels, they've never managed to replicate the same sort of success as this one, because this one was crammed in everything, as we saw the likes of Stu pulling his own tooth out, which you find out later in the movie. The nicking Mike Tyson's tiger. We see obviously Zach Galifianakis getting knocked out by Mike Tyson as well, in which Mike Tyson was a great cameo in this movie as well, as it was unexpected. And you just think, every time you think of Mike Tyson in The Hangover, you're thinking singing In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, and that image, that is a cinema scene now that you won't be able to forget. And then knocking out Zach afterwards, I thought that was just special, and something that needed to happen in that movie, as it created a massive movie moment. There was several other movie moments in there. However, I also really enjoyed like the little plot thread of finding Doug after going missing on a night out, and they're struggling going to retrace their steps of their night out that they cannot remember, checking their pockets and things like that to help find where Doug is. And that thread was awesome, as we hadn't seen anything like that before in movies, and it was like something completely new and fresh. And that is something I think that Hollywood these days is lacking, something new, something initiative, something fresh, and this was that. And in terms of comedy movies, that's why this is up there, man, because this was fresh, this was right out the gate. Finally then, I thought the actors and actresses were incredible, as we saw the likes of Bradley Cooper, Ed Helms, we saw the likes of Zach Galifianakis, we saw the likes of Jeong, Heather Graham, Sasha Barrese, Jeffery Tambor, Mike Tyson, obviously, Rachel Harris, Mike Epps, Jernard Burks, Riggle, Cleo King Matt Walsh, plus many, many more. This was quite a star-studded cast compared to other comedies that we've seen over the past 10 years or so. And this was massive. It had great actors in there, like Bradley Cooper, which were in massive roles around then. This was probably one of his biggest first roles. And you can see now he's stepped into his own as one of Hollywood's big actors. And it was just for a comedy performance in this, really, that escalated his career from this one movie. And same with the other guys as well. They're doing different things now, bigger projects and things like that, just because of how successful this particular movie was. And Zach did Due Date, I think, with Robert Downey Jr. And I think those sorts of movies wouldn't have come if this Hangover movie didn't exist, because that just blew the roof off the place, and I think blew quite a few box office records of being one of the best comedy movies out there for the past, 10, 20 years that hadn't seen anything like it. And then obviously this would grow into a franchise. I'm not a big fan of the sequels compared to this movie. But to summarise this movie then, there isn't more to say about this movie. We've said it all, we've laid the cards on the table, and I think that this particular movie is up there with some of the greatest comedies of all time, like we mentioned at the start of the video, like some Police Academy, the likes of American Pie, some of the greatest American comedy movies of all time, in that sort of bracket, and this goes up there, no qualms for me. That means this is a 9 out of 10 and a legendary film. So let me know down in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this particular movie. Is it good? Is it bad? Let me know down there, please. Also, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be alerted to all new content that this channel creates, and I shall see you guys in the next one.